The Auric podcast is best experienced when listening with headphones or earbuds. Thank you and enjoy.
Hello, friends. This is Evan McMillan. At least that's what my dad named me.
Philip, Ojomo.
Dude, come on. She left a week ago.
9 days, actually. That's 216 hours without her. That's also, 12,960 minutes without her. That's also 777,000.
Billy, stop. I don't care about math or, numbers, okay? I care about you. You doing this podcast with me, all right? Who needs that stupid nurse anyway? She's a killer. She cheated on you, and more importantly, she's British. I don't get why you're so sad about this.
I used to feel blinding anger at these sorts of things. And now it is just sadness, grief. Evan, I never told you what happened during the war, did I?
Well, I mean, it's a war in Africa. That country's all types of fucked up. I can put the pieces together. What?
There are so many things wrong with what you just said. But more than that, I have a history of losing anyone I hold dear. Not that I'm in a comedic mood right now, but I do find it ironic that the entity gave me a scythe when I was a killer. I am basically the Grim Reaper. Anything I care about, even remotely, it dies. It leaves. It betrays me in some way. So forgive me if I am upset that it has happened again, Evan.
I forgive you, I guess. So, now that I helped you talk about your feelings or whatever, and you're all done being a sad sack, are you ready to start the podcast? Cool. That's the spirit. Speaking of which, we'll start our conversation with the spirit and the Oni after this break from our sponsors. Check it out.
Konnichiwa, everyone. My name is Adam Francis, and I believe there is no limit to what you can achieve as long as you back it up with hard work. This is why I am here to offer you my perk, Autodidact. Autodidact is the perfect perk for those of you who are dedicated to learning and changing. The things you may have been taught may not always be right or just. With Autodidact, you can start to learn things about yourself and the world around you that will help you become a better person in the long term, instead of an apathetic prick to your friend who is clearly hurting. You do not have to stay ignorant, selfish, or greedy. You can change. Remember to always keep learning. Improve your knowledge today with Autodidact. Thank you very much.
Welcome to the Auric Cell, everyone. Philip, you got anything to add?
No.
All right. I guess I'm hosting this one by myself today, since you don't want to get the fuck over it. Everyone's so soft nowadays, I swear to God. Well, all right. Well, without further ado, let's welcome our first guest. Every survivor's favorite killer to go against, the glass-filled schoolgirl, Rin Yamaoka, formerly known as the Spirit.
Glass-filled schoolgirl? That's kind of racist and incredibly triggering. I almost died, Evan.
Like I said, soft.
There's nothing soft about having to crawl away from your deranged father in a pool of glass shards. I bet the hardest thing you've done is getting your foot out of your own bear trap.
It's harder than it looks.
Okay, Boomer.
Anyway, our other guest today is Rin's great something grandfather, Kazan Yamaoka. But we all know him as the Oni.
Greetings, Internet podcast. Which one of these buttons do I press to bow?
Oh boy, Wraith, can you... Right, never mind. So, how are you two doing? What have you been up to since getting back to the real world?
You know, after being filled with so much wrath and rancor for who knows how long in the entity's realm, I thought entering the real world would be so much better. I thought I'd have it easier. That I wouldn't spend every waking moment in bitter agony.
Well, what happened?
I started college again.
Oh, well, surely it can't be that.
Do you know how hard it is to do college over a Zoom call, Evan?
Someone's got a temper.
She gets her temper from her blood, of course. The Yamaokas are passionate people. It is our strongest trait. It is this trait that allowed me to raise Rin out of poverty with the money I have accrued. I miss the samurai, but admittedly, my new occupation pays well. Very well. Well enough to help Rin's education at Takimatsu University.
So the ancient anger you have, it helps you?
Certainly.
Definitely not.
So, what do you do exactly where anger issues end up helping you?
I am the Oyabun of the Yamaoka Oni clan of the Yakuza.
What are the what now?
He runs a part of Japan's mafia.
Oh shit, you're a mob boss? That's fucking epic, dude!
Watch your language, young man.
What? Oh, fuck, sorry. God damn it, I did it again. Shit, wait! Fuck! Why can't I stop fucking swearing?
No, it's not the profanity I detest. It's the lack of respect.
Here we go again.
Respect? What do you mean?
You said, "That's fucking epic, dude," when you should have said, "That's fucking epic, sir." You younglings have no respect for manners or tradition.
Youngling? I'm like 30, I think. Well, maybe 130? Actually, I'm somewhere between 25 and 35. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with that one.
Irrelevant. You millennials and your Z children are incredibly misguided.
We're called Zoomers, Kazan. And would you stop acting like you're a baby boomer? You're not! You were born centuries ago.
Feudalism. I miss it.
What's feudalism?
How are you? Somewhere between 25 and 35, and you don't know what feudalism is.
Hey, I went to college and stuff too, you know. University of Washington. Class of 19-something or other. It's been a while, Spirit.
My name is Rin. I'm not going to go by the name that the spider douche had everyone call me.
Yeah, but sorry, Rin. It's been a while. I don't remember learning about feudalism in college, and honestly, it's not like I was that good of a student, really. My dad had the money to basically buy a business degree for me, which was great, you know, because when you go to college, you get all these crazy liberal ideas in your head about how the world's supposed to work. It's like Herman's brainwashing, but more insidious. That's what my dad would say.
Your dad sounds like an idiot.
And your dad tried to kill you. Will someone please tell me what the fuck feudalism is?
It was a system of law and order defined by the caste. Everyone had their place. The Yamaoka, the samurai, were respected enforcers and protectors. It was a better time.
A better time for the shogun and daimyo, maybe. But for everyone else, for hundreds of years, it was a rigid pyramid with little mobility. The poor stayed poor, and the rich got rich.
Oh, Dad would have loved that. Why did we stop doing the whole feudalism thing?
Because white men from America forced us to be capitalist. To open our country to greedy demons like your father. Rich Americans. They were part of the reason why the samurai fell. And for that they cannot be forgiven.
That wasn't the only reason. But yes, in general, fuck wealthy cishet white guys. What have they done for history?
Pretty sure they wrote it or something. You're welcome for that. Look, I don't know why it's suddenly Attack Archie McMillan Day on the podcast, but my father was a good guy, okay? Fuck off. Plus, aren't you guys rich now? You can thank capitalism and rich white guys for that too. No offense, Rin and Kazan, sir, but I'm pretty sure that whatever guys like my dad did for your country was good for its progress in the long term.
So, you agree that progress is good, that progressivism is the way, that we need to abolish capitalism.
Whoa, slow down. I didn't mean progress that much.
But why not, Evan? At this point, as a 19-year-old who knows basically everything, I'm pretty convinced that capitalism is far more evil than anything we've done as killers. It's the reason my dad got overworked to the point of killing his family. It's the reason the war in Ray's country started. Hell, unfettered capitalism is the reason your dad got away with killing so many people in those mines.
We didn't kill them. There was a mining accident. They knew what they were signing up for when they came to us for money, all right? If they didn't like the working conditions, they would have just moved somewhere else and gotten a better job.
Right, because that's an incredibly easy and feasible thing for every single person to do, especially if they are poor. That's why my dad did it. He moved jobs and got paid triple the amount, and we all live happily ever after. And no one murdered their wife and child from stress.
Young lady, that is completely unacceptable. Do not badmouth your father. He was a hard-working man.
What? Kazan, for the last time, stop defending him. Your descendant had the same dark energy that Evan's dad did. How are you going to disavow Archie and propagate Genji in the same breath?
Because Genji Yamaoka was a Yamaoka. Your father's bloodline is a cherry blossom tree, standing tall on the top of Japan's mountain hills. Maybe once you stop being so disagreeable and respect your family values, you will find a man who will marry and tame this wild spirit of yours.
How do you know it'll be a man that I marry?
I hope you are not suggesting what I think you are suggesting.
Oh, I'm not suggesting it. I'm saying it. Kazan, I'm in love with Yui.
It is perfectly normal for a female to love a female. As friends.
No, she's my girlfriend.
You may also have friends that are girls, Rin.
Kazan, we kissed.
Clearly as a show of respect for each
I
other.
love her, okay? I didn't want to have this conversation with you, but after you sent some of your men to kidnap her and ship her to Antarctica, I knew I had to say something. Back off, Kazan. Please, just let the two of us be happy together.
Wait, you managed to fall for a survivor. Someone you've probably hooked numerous times. How does she not hate you?
After we left the entity's realm, before I re-met with Kazan and inherited his Yakuza money, I started working at a restaurant in Kagawa. The Yakuyoke-chan. We serve mainly udon and boba tea.
Wait, boba. I've heard of that. It's a big fucking thing in the city. Starbucks coffee and boba tea?
It's pretty good. You should try it sometime.
Right. Sorry. Continue.
Right. Well, anyway. One day I was working. I was making spicy udon like my mom used to do with me when I was younger. Making the noodles, it reminds me of the good times I had with her. It calms me down. Usually. Except that particular night, we had a line out the door and my manager was yelling at me and I really was starting to feel the urge to pull out my katana and mori him. And then I realized that I'm not in the entity's realm anymore. And I shouldn't still be trying to stab people. So, needless to say, I got overwhelmed. I ran out the back of the restaurant and into the alley and... there she was, YUI Kimura. talking to some of her friends and smoking a cigarette, which normally I would be opposed to because ew. But when she did it, it just looked so cool. She noticed me in the distance, noticed how stressed I was. Naturally, as a defense mechanism, I guess, I shot at her and said, "What are you looking at, bitch?" And she just smiled. I think she saw past my anger. She held out her hand, introduced herself and her friends. And my life has not been the same since. In the 2 months we've been dating, I learned how to ride a motorcycle, taught her how to make udon, and I finally felt a little less angry day by day. I still have scars from my father, but when I'm with Yui, it's like my wounds, they heal. They really, truly start to heal. She didn't see me as some wrathful spirit anymore. She just saw me as Rin.
That is exactly how I felt with Sally. Be careful, Rin.
Oh, so now you want to talk? God damn it, Philip! Come on!
Rin, I am happy that this Kimura girl brings you happiness, but it is entirely possible to make udon with a man.
I don't know about that. I think I like the female more. Tastes a bit less toxic.
Are we still talking about noodles or...
Marrying a man is necessary if you are to fulfill your duty to continue the Yamaoka legacy.
Wait, is that what this is about? You just want me to have kids to continue the fucking bloodline? God, are you that fucking selfish?
What is so selfish about wanting to continue our legacy? You are the selfish one here, Rin, because you refuse to honor your father.
Oh, you did not just say that to me!
Oh boy, Philip, things are escalating out of hand and mediation isn't really my strong suit. Buddy, any input?
No. We started talking about capitalism and now I'm even more sad.
Wraith, seriously?
Kazan, let's unpack that, shall we?
Philly, come on, she's unpacking!
Kazan, I appreciate your support for me since we left the entity's realm. Your determination is noble to some extent. But your ideas, your ethics, they're nothing but backwards. Evan's father was trash, my father was trash, and while we're at it, the samurai were trash too. There was no unified code of ethics among them. They either did whatever the fuck they wanted or did whatever their lords told them to. A lot of them were just running thieves, hoodlums, bullies, Kazan, like you. Your actions weren't heroic, they were barbaric, ogre-like. Did you know that I have no friends in college right now? I always introduce myself as Rin. But when they find out I'm a Yamaoka, they stop associating with me. One guy actually transferred classes after finding out he was taking History of Japan with me. I can't help but think that being the prize jewel of the Yamaoka Oni clan is part of the reason. You strike fear wherever you go, Kazan. Not respect. Your tunnel vision on honor and tradition led you to kill your own father. And yet, you praise it after being given a second chance at life? I know our precious family history. Our legacy is trash!
You ungrateful whore! How dare you bastardize the Yamaoka name! After all I have done for you, I am repaid with a katana to the back? If I were your father, I would have finished you off!
Wow.
Rin, I didn't mean...
No, you did.
No, Rin,
This obsession you have with honor, with family, with me. Is it really about the Yamaoka, Kazan? Or is it about Kazan Yamaoka?
Rin.
Thanks for your time, Evan. But there's no way this podcast is gonna fix this rancor between Kazan and I. I'm going to leave.
Whoa, wait!
What?
I've seen this before. Hearing you guys, it's like hearing a phonograph of me and my dad. I always wished I could replay those arguments and make something else happen. Fix us, you know?
And what does this have to do with us?
Just stay, okay? Both of you. I think we have a lot in common, and I think there's one more thing to discuss.
Fine. I have finals I need to study for, but fine.
Very well.
Cool. Why don't we go to a sponsor real quick so we can, calm down? Philip, can you...
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
Well, all right. We'll be back in a sec.
This is YUI KIMURA. As a strong female character, trademark, I know more than anyone that you have to stand up for yourself, using whatever's on hand to gain an advantage. You have to hit him with everything you've got, and then hit him again. So how do you fight back against those stupid gender expectations? With my perk, any means necessary. With any means necessary, you can defy those patriarchal values keeping you down. Embrace the power of pink, and become your own woman. Or femboy, if you're into that, I guess. Any means necessary is the perk for anyone tired of the expectations placed on them. Raise that pallet back up and slam it in the face of your oppressors. Order any means necessary today. Ugh, do I have to say... Fine. This message was sponsored by the Yamaoka Oni clan. There, are you happy? Now where are you assholes hiding Rin? What the fuck is an Auric cell?
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auric cell. Woo!
You know, when I said, Philip, you should welcome everyone back, that is not what I had in mind. Regardless, Kazan, Rin, let's talk about something that really, really matters. Family. Just hear me out, okay? Okay, so, with every family, there's going to be ups and downs. Good things and bad things about their legacy. I think you have to acknowledge the bad parts of the legacy. Right, Kazan?
I would acknowledge them. If there were any.
You don't think that, maybe murdering a portion of the nation's lower class just because you view them as inferior is kinda, bad?
Is that not what you did?
So, anyway, okay. But with the Yamaokas, there have to be some good things to your family too, right? I don't know a lot about the Yakuza or whatever, but the mob isn't that bad, is it?
Well, in Japan specifically, I suppose it's a bit more of a gray area.
Wait, really? Because I was definitely talking out my ass there.
Rin is correct. The Ninkyo Dantai has
Don't call it that.
Very well. The Yakuza has a reputation of crime and brutality. But this is merely a surface-level understanding of what the various clans do. We are often very charitable and help the communities that go overlooked by the government. When tsunamis and earthquakes devastate the helpless, we help them. When the school system fails our boys and the community they go to, we support them. And when certain family members need financial aid for Takematsu University, we run organizations to fund their education.
Thanks, Kazan.
Can you see that maybe your family isn't, like, entirely terrible? That your legacy or whatever isn't that bad?
He's leaving out the part where if you try to leave the clan or go against it, they cut off your finger. And the part where their name, Yakuza, stems from gambling and means good for nothing. And the part where they are most definitely still illegal vigilantes despite the good they do to avoid negative PR.
Wait, you cut off people's fingers?
We put them in a box and send them to someone named Kenneth. But more importantly, we only do this if someone is disloyal to the clan. The Yamaoka Oni, we are a family, and you do not betray your family, especially not the Oyabun, or father of that family. Any child who betrays their father, well, they deserve what will come to them.
Kazan, I am genuinely shocked by your lack of self-awareness.
Well, I mean, I get where he's coming from. Being part of the Archie McMillan family, it took a lot of dedication. I had to do everything my dad wanted. Everything. Or else he'd beat me, lock me in my room, sit me down and tell me all the things that were wrong with me. But that was for the best, I think. I think he was just trying to get me to be the best version of myself. I remember one time he came into my room, saw that I was drawing one of his employees. I just liked the way he looked, you know? I can't remember his name, but that miner had a really nice face, so I wanted to sketch it. I used to like sketching pretty things, but when my dad saw that, he said he wouldn't let me become a sissy artist like my uncle. Then he took me to the mines and had me beat that guy with a tar bottle until his face was so disfigured that I couldn't possibly sketch it anymore. That's just what the family does, you know? They look out for you. They may do some bad things in the short term, but it only helps you out in the long term.
Evan, that's terrible.
I agree. A tar bottle is a horribly inefficient way to train your son in combat. He should have given you a kanabo.
What? No, okay, I think both of you are missing the point. The point is, families can have terrible parts and still be overall good, like mine.
Really? The Macmillans? That's the example you want to go with? Do you even know the full extent of your legacy? All of your lore is actually pretty easily Googleable.
Okay, you're smart, but there's no way you know more about my family legacy than...
Macmillan, a name of Anglo-Scottish pedigree. While your family is best known for their horribly exploitative mining business, they actually got their start in the slave trade. You know, slavery, one of the most intense abuses of human rights in human history. Would you like to say again, in full confidence, that your family wasn't all bad?
What? Well, okay, yeah, slavery is bad. I'm not gonna defend that one, and I mean, sure, we could have treated the miners a little better, and okay, maybe my dad might have killed my uncle, maybe, and probably my mom too, even though neither of them did anything wrong, and I miss them. I miss them a lot. They were so nice to me, nicer than he ever was, and sure, he'd get drunk, and sure, I still have the scar from the time he whipped me with his belt until it got to the bone, and sure, maybe I broke his legs with a cleaver and left him to die when I blew up the mine, so I wouldn't have to be his fucking slave anymore, and maybe I hated him, and maybe I wanted to be him, but just because he might have been a bad person doesn't mean I'm anything like him.
If you're not like him, then why are you so quick to defend him?
Because I fucking love him, okay? Shut the fuck up! What do you want from me, Dad?
Evan?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
That sound under your voice, it sounded remarkably like...
The voice of the entity.
Evan, are you okay?
I'm fine. I guess when you love someone a lot and you lose them, it can really affect you. Oh, it's probably what you were going through all week, right, Philip? With Sally? Damn. I really get it now. I'm so sorry, dude. For being kind of an ass about it. If you ever need a shoulder to cry on, I'm here. Grief is... Wow.
It is okay. We have all lost things we truly care about, no matter how bad they were for us, or we were for them.
When I lost my father... No. When I killed my father, out of an ignorant and selfish desire to bring honor to my name, it drove me over the edge. I lost all semblance of who I was. I was blinded by rage, to the point of it becoming a deeper sadness. Perhaps I was irrational for seeking vengeance by pillaging villagers, destroying their bloodlines. If I had focused on my own, in a way that mattered, perhaps things would have been different. Not just for me, but for you too, Rin.
When my mom died, that was it for me. My tipping point. I did so much for my father, and his repayment for this was betrayal. But maybe it wasn't entirely his fault. He could have been corrupted by the entity for a long time beforehand. And even if he wasn't, I need to let it go. Not to forgive and forget, but just be at peace for once in my fucking life. I've spent so much time feeling anger over it that this rage has just consumed me. Every single day. Maybe I need to spend more time working on my temper. And maybe it would be good for me to do it with someone who deeply understands the rage us Yamaoka often feel. I apologize, Kazan.
As do I. We may agree to disagree on tradition, but when it comes to family, that is one area where I will be with you no matter what.
Same here, Grandpa.
Philip?
Hmm?
I really meant it when I said I'm here for you, man. I think I want to spend less time playing Dead by Daylight and more time becoming a better person. Or at least someone less like my dad. This podcast, man, I think it has the capability to change people. Even people as fucked up as the killers. But for it to really work, I think I need you to co-host it with me. I need you as the heart of the Auric cell.
It seems someone is running empathy after all.
Yeah, no, you. Hey, you, want to get boba tea with me sometime?
Sure. Yes, I would enjoy that.
Great. Thanks, man.
Well, everyone, I believe that is all the time we have today for the Auric Cell.
Join us next week when we talk to the hag, the huntress, and the twins.
Take care, everybody.
And I'll see you in the fog.
Thank you for listening to episode 3 of 10 of the Auric podcast. The episode was written, directed, and produced by Solomon Troupe. The role of the Trapper was played by Anthony Ray Morales. The roles of the Wraith and Adam were played by Solomon Troupe. Wow, he's so talented, isn't he? The role of the Spirit was played by Sam Yeow. The role of the Oni was played by Fungal Zombie. And the role of YUI was played by Rachel Samuel. Some of the music heard in this episode was composed by Anthony K. Some of it wasn't. Links below for proper credit. Art of this episode's cast was drawn by James Giannico. New episodes of the Auric release every other Thursday at 6 p.m. EST, but there are also animatics, lore readings, behind the scenes, and other awesome content between uploads of the main story, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel to not miss out on any new releases. In addition to posting to YouTube, something caught in my throat. The Auric podcast can also be streamed on Spotify, SoundCloud, Anchor, and probably some other places too. I don't know, check the description, and share it with your friends. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Tumblr for updates, as well as joining our Discord server, the Troupeverse, to talk to cast, crew, and anyone who enjoys what we do here. Links below in the description. Dead by Daylight belongs to Behavior Interactive, and it would be a mighty darn shame if they were to sue me. But they can't, because copyright, and fair use, and parody, and I love the game. Don't hurt me, please. But you know who we can hurt? Our Kickstarter backers. Thank you again to Jonathan Troupe, Ariza Luca, Nikki Aarons, James Giannico, Eli Elias Kendrick Kim Blueface HP Laptop Henderson III, Mike Flink, Shelby Richards, George Regent, Rico Shea, Jared aka Derpman, Cassandra Rodabaugh, Hunter aka Mudskips, Jacob Lentini, Baruch Belmont, and Pixelbush aka Will aka The Lore Guy. Thank you again for listening. Share this project with a friend to boost the algorithm. And as always, we'll see you in the fog.